Chosen one, this message finds you at a moment that was not random, rushed, or misplaced. It arrives because your spirit has crossed into a level of readiness where truth can finally land without resistance. Hear this clearly and let it settle deep within you. Your future peace is already secured. Not planned, not postponed, not dependent on what happens next, but sealed. You are not moving toward a fragile or uncertain destiny. You are walking within a certainty that has already been authored by God Himself. While the world teaches you to brace for impact, to expect turbulence, and to assume that peace must be earned through struggle, heaven has been operating by a very different design. Your peace was never meant to be fragile. It was never meant to be temporary. It was written into your story as a permanent condition of your becoming. This is why, even during seasons of confusion, something within you refused to believe that chaos was the final chapter. That refusal was not denial, it was recognition. Peace is not a reward you chase at the end of exhaustion. It is a divine contract placed over your life before you ever took your first step. And as you stay with this message until the very end, you are not just listening. You are entering an atmosphere where certainty replaces anxiety, where clarity dissolves fear, and where your nervous system finally receives permission to rest. Chosen one, understand this. Agreement is not symbolic, it is spiritual. When many align around the same truth, reality begins to reorganize itself around that alignment. That is why I invite you now to write warm wishes and the number 99 in the comments, not as routine engagement, but as conscious agreement with peace. Agreement creates unity, and unity amplifies manifestation. When you like this message, when you subscribe, when you choose to remain present rather than distracted, you are not interacting with content. You are entering a sacred convergence point. This is a gathering of spirits who are done negotiating with fear and ready to anchor certainty. There is power in collective intention. There is power in shared frequency. And there is power in choosing to step fully into a moment rather than skimming past it. Let this be a deliberate act. Let your spirit say yes before your mind analyzes. Let your body soften. Let your breath slow. This is not passive listening, this is alignment. And alignment is where peace activates. You have endured inner storms that would have broken people who never even knew they existed. Mental chaos, emotional pressure, silent battles that had no language but still demanded endurance. You learned how to function while fragmented, how to show up while unraveling, how to hold space for others while fighting wars within yourself. And still, you remained a peacemaker in chaotic environments, often absorbing turbulence so others could breathe. That was not accidental. That was training. The storms were not proof that you were failing. They were evidence of how valuable your peace truly is. Chaos does not target what is insignificant. It surrounds what is being cultivated. And yet, hear this clearly now, the storms were never meant to be your home. They were classrooms, not residences. They were contrasts, not conclusions. You were not designed to live in constant alert mode. You were being prepared to recognize peace when it arrived, to honor it, to protect it, and eventually to embody it. The chaos you survived was never the destination. It was the passage. Here is a truth that rewrites everything you thought you knew about struggle. Your peace was secured before the first battle ever appeared. Before resistance, before opposition, before the moments that tested your faith, peace had already been written into your timeline. You were never meant to earn it through endurance or prove your worth through suffering. Peace is not a wage, it is an inheritance. God did not design your life with dread as the default setting. He designed you for wholeness. That is why peace has always felt familiar, even when it felt distant. It was never foreign to you. It was home calling you back. Peace is not something you manufacture with effort. It is something you uncover through alignment. And embedded within you is a spiritual compass that always points toward calm, even when your mind is confused. That compass is divine. It is intentional. And it has never stopped working. Even at the height of your most turbulent seasons, there was a part of you that remained untouched. Something steady, something quiet, something that refused to be consumed. That was not emotional numbness. That was God's presence anchoring you from the inside out. While external circumstances spun, your core remained intact. Fire seasons came, but they refined rather than destroyed you. You learned how to stand without bracing, how to move without panic, how to observe without absorbing. That inner stillness was not learned behavior. It was identity remembering itself. And now that stillness is no longer hiding beneath survival mode. It is rising to the surface, guiding you toward calmer waters, not because storms won't come, but because you finally know where to stand when they do. Chosen one, the restlessness you have been feeling is not confusion, it is clarity beginning to surface. Discomfort does not always mean something is wrong. Sometimes it means something false is shedding. Once your soul has tasted peace, misalignment becomes unbearable. What once felt tolerable now feels heavy, loud, and intrusive. That is not regression. That is refinement. Your spirit now recognizes the frequency of calm, and anything that contradicts it creates friction within you. This is why certain environments, conversations, and expectations suddenly feel draining instead of familiar. Losses you didn't ask for, endings you didn't initiate, and collapses you couldn't prevent were not signs of failure. They were divine clearings. What left could not follow you into the next level of peace you are entering. The uneasiness was never punishment. It was preparation. Your system is recalibrating. Your soul is shedding survival habits that no longer serve you. And although the transition felt uncomfortable, it was necessary. You are not falling apart. You are coming into alignment with who you were always meant to be. Your future peace is not waiting at some distant finish line. It is already alive, already active, already woven into your timeline. God has threaded peace through your days like a golden strand, touching moments you haven't lived yet, but will recognize when they arrive. This peace is not being delayed by circumstances, negotiated by people, or held hostage by timing. It exists independent of conditions. What you are experiencing now is not the absence of peace, but the approach toward its fullness. God is not pulling peace away from you. He is pulling you closer to yourself, closer to home, closer to the version of you that no longer needs to brace for impact. Peace is not only where you are going, it is the frequency you are learning to live from. And the more you align with it, the more natural it becomes. You are not chasing peace anymore. You are remembering how to dwell within it. As your inner world settles, your outer world will begin to respond. Environments that once felt tense will no longer hold you. You will find yourself drawn into spaces that feel lighter, quieter, and more life-giving. Conversations will flow with ease instead of resistance. Connections will feel mutual rather than draining. Experiences will arrive without force, without proving, without struggle. This is divine timing replacing effort. This is alignment doing what hustle never could. You will notice that doors open without anxiety and that decisions come with clarity instead of pressure. And hear this clearly now, because your spirit needs to rest in it. You are not late. You did not miss your moment. You are not behind. You are exactly where readiness meets opportunity. You are not waiting, you are arriving. Peace is not merely the absence of noise or conflict, it is divine order restoring itself within you. It is strength that does not need to dominate. It is confidence that does not need to announce itself. Stillness is not passivity. It is power under control. Rest is not laziness. It is an identity shift from striving to being. You are learning that peace is not something you retreat into when life becomes overwhelming. It is territory you are entering as your natural state. This peace allows you to move with clarity, speak with intention, and choose without fear. It is not fragile. It is foundational. And as you redefine peace, you will stop mistaking chaos for productivity and silence for emptiness. Peace is not empty, it is full. You have crossed a threshold where peace is no longer something you protect. It is something you carry. It is no longer external, conditional, or fragile. It is unstealable and unbreakable because it no longer depends on outcomes. Your stillness now has authority. Your presence settles rooms before words are spoken. Storms recognize you and lose momentum in your presence. This is not because you control the environment, but because you are no longer controlled by it. You carry calm into chaotic spaces effortlessly, not as an act, but as an expression of who you have become. You are a living reminder of divine order on earth. And whether you realize it or not, your peace is now teaching others what alignment looks like, without you saying a single word. Chosen one, the storms you endured were never random interruptions, they were intentional trainings. Every season of chaos was shaping your nervous system to recognize stillness as safety. You were not being hardened, you were being expanded. The pressure taught you how to remain soft without becoming weak, present without becoming overwhelmed, aware without becoming anxious. Chaos stretched your internal capacity so that peace could eventually live there without feeling foreign or unsafe. This is peace that does not collapse when challenged, peace that does not disappear under pressure. It surpasses understanding because it is embodied, not explained. You did not merely survive the storms, you learned how to stand inside them without losing yourself. That is why the peace you are entering now is durable, grounded, and deeply rooted. It has weight. It has wisdom. It has earned its place within you. You are crossing a threshold where noise is losing its authority over you. Confusion no longer dominates your inner dialogue. The constant questioning, the second-guessing, the hypervigilance that once felt necessary are dissolving. Peace is no longer something you earn after enduring enough. It is becoming your baseline state. This is a season where wholeness is not a distant concept, but a lived experience. You are no longer trying to fix yourself. You are remembering yourself. What once felt fragmented is integrating. What once felt scattered is settling. You are not stepping into a new season by force. You are arriving by alignment. And this season is marked not by intensity, but by clarity. You are no longer living in reaction mode. You are no longer explaining yourself to be understood or defending your truth to be accepted. Silence is replacing justification. Presence is replacing performance. Peace itself is the evidence that you have arrived somewhere new. You are learning that alignment speaks louder than arguments ever could. When you are in alignment, you do not need to prove anything. Your frequency communicates before your words do. You are choosing resonance over resistance, harmony over control. Location matters less now than vibration. You can be anywhere and remain anchored because peace travels with you. This is mastery, not of others, but of yourself. There has been a profound shift in how you experience safety. You are no longer relying on the world to behave in order for you to feel at ease. External validation, predictable outcomes, and controlled environments are no longer your anchors. God has become the source of peace within you, and that source is not threatened by change. Circumstances no longer dictate your emotional stability. You are learning to observe without absorbing, to participate without becoming entangled. And as this internal peace strengthens, it radiates outward naturally. People feel calmer around you. Spaces feel lighter when you enter. This is not effort, it is overflow. You're releasing the belief that progress must be painful and that success must come through exhaustion. Hustle is losing its grip. Overthinking is quieting. You are learning the sacred power of ease. Rest is no longer avoidance, it is prophetic action. In stillness, you hear guidance more clearly than you ever did in urgency. Pressure is being replaced by rhythm. Striving is being replaced by flow. You are no longer forcing outcomes. You are cooperating with divine orchestration. Life is beginning to feel less like a battle and more like a conversation with God, where direction arrives gently and alignment feels natural. Chosen one, what has been shifting within you is now becoming visible beyond you. Others are beginning to notice the calm that surrounds you, the steadiness in your responses, the way you no longer react to chaos the way you once did. Situations that used to pull you into emotional urgency now meet discernment instead of defense. You pause where you once rushed. You observe where you once absorbed. This is not detachment, it is mastery. You are no longer available for unnecessary turbulence, and that choice is changing how the world interacts with you. People sense the boundary without you having to announce it. They feel the stillness before you ever speak. Peace has become an energy you carry, and that energy is quietly reshaping your interactions, your decisions, and your outcomes. As survival mode loosens its grip, the truest version of you is reemerging. This version is grounded, radiant, and unafraid of stillness. You are remembering who you were before urgency became normal, before proving replaced presence, before tension disguised itself as responsibility. Your identity is no longer built on endurance, but on alignment. You are no longer defining yourself by what you overcame, but by who you are becoming. Worth no longer needs proof. You no longer exhaust yourself trying to be seen or validated. You are rooted. And because you are rooted, you are unmovable. This is not a new self you are creating. It is the original self you are returning to, now wiser, calmer, and fully intact. Peace is no longer just your internal state, it is your calling. You are not assigned to fight every battle or confront every disturbance. You are called to carry calm into spaces that have forgotten what it feels like. You are becoming a sanctuary, not a warrior. Your stillness does more healing than your arguments ever could. Rooms shift when you enter, not because you demand attention, but because presence has weight. This is divine maturity, the ability to remain whole without hardening, to bring order without force, to lead through being rather than striving. Peace is no longer something you protect from the world. It is something you offer to it simply by being who you are. Chosen one, the peace you now carry has taught you how to build boundaries without walls and discernment without suspicion. You no longer protect your peace with explanations or defensiveness. You protect it with clarity. You can feel when something is misaligned long before it becomes disruptive, and you honor that signal without guilt. Decisions are no longer rushed or emotionally charged. They are guided by stillness. You choose what sustains you, not what drains you. And this choice is not avoidance, it is wisdom. You are no longer willing to re-enter chaos out of habit, nostalgia, or obligation. Not because you're afraid of turbulence, but because you finally recognize how sacred your peace is. You understand now that peace is not fragile, it is precise. And you have learned how to live in a way that keeps it intact. Urgency no longer controls your movement. Comparison no longer dictates your pace. You are learning how to trust arrival without force. Divine timing has replaced anxious striving, and with that shift comes a deep internal assurance. You no longer measure progress by speed, but by alignment. You no longer rush decisions out of fear of missing out. Peace now produces expectation instead of anxiety. You sense when something is meant for you because it arrives with calm confirmation rather than pressure. Blessings no longer feel like escape routes from stress. They feel like affirmations that you are exactly where you need to be. Life is unfolding with intention, and you are finally able to witness it without trying to control it. Peace is no longer something you visit. It is the foundation you stand on. You recover more quickly from emotional disruptions. Pressure no longer destabilizes you the way it once did. Challenges may still arise, but they no longer define your inner state. You experience life now as participation, not survival. You are present instead of bracing. You are aware without being overwhelmed. And in this stability, joy begins to return, not as a fleeting emotion, but as a quiet companion. Joy shows up in moments of presence, in simple awareness, in the realization that you are safe within yourself. This is not temporary calm. This is a permanent shift. Chosen one, you are beginning to understand something that few ever truly grasp. Peace is not passive. It is power. It is spiritual authority expressed without force. In a world that equates volume with influence and urgency with importance, your calm stands as a quiet command. Your softness is not weakness, it is strength refined. Your rest is not retreat, it is wisdom in motion. When you choose stillness, you are not disengaging, you are discerning. There is a prophetic quality to your inner calm now. Without raising your voice or proving your position, your presence communicates truth. Peace has become the language through which God moves in you. It governs your reactions, shapes your decisions, and stabilizes your vision. This sacred power does not strive to dominate. It naturally establishes order. And the more you honor it, the more you realize that peace is not the absence of battle, it is the authority to remain unshaken no matter what surrounds you. Chosen one, the peace you carry is no longer hidden, it is visible. It enters rooms before you speak and lingers long after you leave. There is a quiet confidence about you now, a grounded assurance that does not seek validation yet commands respect. Atmospheres shift subtly in your presence. Conversations slow. Tension softens. What once felt heavy begins to breathe. This is not because you are trying to change environments, but because your presence carries a frequency that reorganizes them. Calm has become your ministry. Without sermons or explanations, you demonstrate what alignment looks like. People feel safer around you, clearer around you, more themselves around you. Your peace is not performative, it is embodied. And in a world addicted to noise, your stillness speaks louder than any declaration ever could. Chosen one, here is the final truth that seals everything you have been sensing all along. Peace was never waiting for you somewhere outside yourself. It was never hidden in a future moment, a changed circumstance, or a perfected version of your life. Peace has always been delivered within. God's presence has been anchoring you through every season, every transition, every unseen battle. Even when you felt unsure, you were never uncovered. Even when the path felt unclear, you were never unguided. Security, direction, and protection were never missing. They were quietly active beneath the surface. What you are stepping into now is not a new peace, but a revealed one. A peace that has matured, settled, and taken permanent residence within you. From this moment forward, peace is no longer something you hope to maintain. It is who you are. It is the ground you stand on, the lens you see through, and the atmosphere you carry. Let this be your closing declaration, spoken not with force, but with certainty. Your peace is permanent, your future is secure, and you are finally home.